Hi guys, it's Ray here from Just for Keepers, J4K. Hope you're fitting well. So I'm just going to be answering a question from Kevin, one of the fathers in our online community. So if you're a goalkeeper or the parent of a goalkeeper or a goalkeeping coach, click the link somewhere on this video and you'll get completely free access to everything goalkeeping. Seriously, you'll never have to go anywhere ever again for your goalkeeping help and advice, because there's over 1,000 combined goalkeeping coaching years experience between myself and my fellow J4K coaches. So get yourself on there, guys. It's completely free of charge. Also, apologies about the bad sound and where I am. I'm actually just in the warehouse today. But I've just seen this really interesting question from Kevin in our community, and I thought I would answer it. I won't read out his full post, but basically hopefully I'll get this right for you, Kevin. He was saying that normally his son is very positive, so this is going to really actually help fathers or mothers who are, you know, warming their child up, and then obviously, you know, when they see their child maybe lose confidence in a game, you know, what should they shout, what you shouldn't shout, etc. Now basically Kevin's been very honest in this post, so thank you for your honesty, Kevin. And what he basically said, his son is normally very positive before the game. He's always like having a laugh, etc. He said, but on this occasion he just sensed he wasn't himself, and when the first goal went in, he actually blamed him. He started crying even though it went top corner. He had no chance of saving it, and it just got gradually worse as the game went on. And then the manager took him off at half time because obviously he was very, very tearful. So sometimes you can argue, you know, sometimes I think it's wrong for a manager to take a goalkeeper off because that can make things worse. But obviously I don't fully know Kevin's son's character. Obviously the manager will know the character much better than myself. So I'm certainly not knocking the manager, because he could have been bringing obviously Kevin's child off because he's seen him getting so upset and he wanted to protect him, you know. So as I say, for me, for the most part, I always think a manager should let the goalkeeper stay in goal if they can, because sometimes taking a goalkeeper off can make things worse. And obviously Kevin was saying that, you know, the goals that went in, you know, with you know, and he's normally honest, you know, when the goal goes in, if it's his son's fault or not. You know, we said the goals weren't his fault. Nobody was blaming his son for the goals. He just obviously just took it very, very personal. So the question, so basically Kevin was saying, you know, he wasn't the same in the warm-up. He just sensed that something wasn't right, and he was asking, you know, and hopefully you've got this right here, Kevin, you know, could he have done something different in the warm-up, maybe, or should he be warming him up as his father, maybe, as well? So I'll answer those questions in a moment for Kevin, and obviously this is going to help, obviously, you know, mums and dads who warm your goalkeeping child up, because I'm going to give you some really good pointers now. And then also as well, Kevin was saying that he was shouting because his son was getting emotional. He was also getting emotional as well. And I'm sensing maybe, Kevin, what you've said in your post, you might have said things that you maybe regret, etc. And again, you understand you're doing it because obviously you love your son and you want the best for him. I've been there many times with my kids. So the first thing is whenever you're doing a warm up, you know, I don't think it's bad if a father is warming their child up, as long as the warm up is correctly. Now, if they've got someone at the club that can do the warm up for your child, I always think a parent should, come game day, just be on the sidelines and obviously just offer support. If there's nobody going to give, you know, your son or daughter a good warm up, and you know how to give them a warm up, yeah, it's obviously best, you know, the best to have a decent warm up rather than having no warm up at all or not a decent warm up, because sadly I still see it time and time again where, you know, the goalkeepers don't get any warm up. It's just like their teammates just blasting balls from all angles, which is, you know, obviously that's not good for the warm up, but it's also not safe as well. But I've done other videos, so check them out on our channel. Obviously, how to have a proper warm up. So anyway, to answer Kevin's question, yeah, I don't think it's, you know, if there's no one else doing the warm up for your son or your daughter as a parent, you know, and you know how to get to do a proper warm up, yeah, definitely do the warm up. But you've got to make sure it's right. Okay, with the greatest respect, you know, just because you think it's right, it might not necessarily be right. So come and get advice from ourselves, and we will show you how to do the correct warm up with your child. But also the preparation begins the night before. Okay, so if you can, when you're trying to help your goalkeeping child prepare for the game, it actually doesn't start when they get to the field. I'm not saying that you did this, by the way, Kevin. I'm just giving it general advice now. So if you can start the night before by obviously, positive self-talk, teach your son and daughter how to visualize. And again, I do this all in the community, guys, so check out all my posts in the community, or I say if you're not registered yet, register for free below. So it's super important that you start the night before. Obviously the visualizing, and then try and get into a routine so you get up at the same time, try and have the same things for breakfast. Eat breakfast at that time. That's if you eat breakfast. Obviously some people don't eat breakfast, etc. And then have a routine before you get to the game, and it's super important. Then once you get to the game, even like going to the changing rooms, getting changed, keep that routine the same. Actually be one of the first things you should be doing, especially if it's an away, well, it doesn't matter if it's away or a home game, but one of the first things you should be doing as a goalkeeper and a parent as a goalkeeper is go and check the playing surface, okay? And again, because especially if you go to an away game, you could go and the playing surface could be terrible, okay? Yeah, so you need to mentally prepare for that. You've got to make sure that you have the correct clothing. That's why I've done a video, what should every goalkeeper have in their kit bag. And if you know anything about me, I harp on about the importance of having padded compression clothing, like a jersey and shorts. So if you get to an away game, because again, to maybe go back to your question as well, Kevin, it could be, you said that your son looked okay in the warm-up, etc., but it might have been something to do, something as crazy as the playing surface, could kick a goalkeeper off. It's done with me in the past where you think, oh my goodness me, I don't like the playing surface here. I could hurt myself, etc. Because I think you mentioned, he said he had sore knees, etc. So for me, as soon as you get to a game, go and check out the playing surface, and then you start in your mind then think, okay, well, the pitch is perfect, so I don't need to get padded up. Or if the pitch is not the playing surface is not particularly very good, you need to then get obviously padded up. Even if you don't like wearing pads as a goalkeeper, if the playing surface is terrible, you need to get padded up, guys. You've got to protect yourself from getting dead elbows and dead knees and grass burns. And then everything's a routine. Then again, obviously, then you go into your warm-up, and then the warm-up is always the same. Get into a routine, because what happens then, the more your son or daughter gets into a routine the night before the game, the mind it's like it starts to go on autopilot, if that makes sense. If you ask any professional goalkeeper, they'll have a set thing that they do, literally second by second, and that actually helps prepare for the game. Any negativity that might sort of pop in, you can quickly eradicate that because you're in that routine, if that makes sense. So that's what the first thing I'd focus on, Kevin, is make sure that you're in a routine. Start before. It starts on the Friday evening, okay, or the evening before the game, and then literally try and do everything more or less similar, and that will help your son prepare. Then also you were saying about shouting on the, obviously maybe that you shouted a few things because your son got emotional, so did you. And again, look, don't beat yourself up about that. We've all been there, but at least you've obviously been honest about it. At least you're trying to do something about it. So for me, as a parent, it's difficult. Obviously, I'm speaking to it as a parent now, not as a coach. Now, as a coach, I'd rather you be quiet, to be honest with you, and let the coach obviously do the talking. So my father started off incredibly hard on myself for the same reasons yourself, Kevin. He wanted me to play the best. Then as my father got a bit older and I got a bit older, and I used to look at my father. He just used to give a thumbs up to me. He never used to shout. As I say, in the early days he did, but I think he probably realised maybe with yourself, Kevin, he maybe shouldn't be shouting. But like I say, as a coach, if I was the manager, I would not want you to be shouting. Okay, maybe encouragement, certainly not instructions, okay, because with the greatest respect, if you've never played in goal before, as I say, you shouldn't be shouting instructions, okay, just shout encouragement. That's all you need to shout is encouragement. And even if you have played in goal before, sometimes as well, if you're even from the sidelines, you're not getting the same vision as your son because he's obviously playing at a different angle. So again, always try your best not to shout instructions, but obviously shout encouragement. Just put your thumbs up. Maybe don't shout. you know, maybe just try that. Just put your thumbs up, just to let you know, hey, listen, I'm here. Don't worry about it. Or, you know, my dad used to go get your head up. You know what I mean? Come on. And that's all my dad used to do. Just put, come on, thumbs up. And I was like, okay, my dad's got me back. So maybe just try that, Kevin. So I hope that helps. Because like I say, you know, probably most parents who are watching this video now, you know, we do tend to shout, you know, and for the right reasons, okay, yeah, it's for the right reasons. We want our son or daughter to perform to the best. We want them to know that we're there for them. But, you know, they know that you're there for them anyway, you know, so if you can, Kevin, I would try your hardest not to shout, and let your son know, listen, I'm not going to be shouting all the time now, okay, but look, I'm here for you. If you need me, look at me, and you just give him the thumbs up, because, you know, he might not, because I remember getting to the stage when I was probably like 15, 16 years of age, I actually wouldn't look at my dad. I actually would not look at my dad. So probably before that, but especially when he used to shout things, I deliberately wouldn't look at him. And I told him, look, I'm not going to look at you, because I said, you're putting me off by shouting, you know. And then obviously then he had a chat to me and said, well, look, you know, I'm here for you. And every now and again, you know, when my head was getting down, I would have a little glance at my dad, and he'd give me the thumbs up and go, okay, my dad's there for me. Yeah, hope that makes sense. So I got a bit emotional there then. My dad's no longer here, guys. He passed away last year. Yeah, so I hope that helps, Kevin. I hope that helps. So get into a routine the day before. I don't think it's a bad thing to doing a warm-up for your son or your daughter, if you're listening to this, if you've got a daughter in goal, sorry. I don't think it's a bad thing, especially if you've got no one else to do it. But again, as a parent on the line, if you can, yeah, as I say, you know, I know a lot of managers would prefer, you know, the parents to be quiet on the line, because with the greatest respect, a lot of parents, if you've never played in goal before, you should not be shouting instructions, because the chances are it's the wrong thing that you're shouting. But certainly, obviously, you know, shout encouragement, you know, and again, don't necessarily shout when, this is important, sorry guys, don't necessarily shout if they've made a mistake, because what's going to happen then, subconsciously, every time they hear your voice as a parent, they think, oh, I've made a mistake, I've done something wrong, you know. So that's when you should not shout, and that's when most parents shout, when, you know, come on, don't worry about it, you know what I mean? They will worry about it, okay? And with the greatest respect, because you're shouting, hey, don't worry, they are going to worry about it, okay? So again, just say, hey, listen, look, you know, when you make a mistake now, look, I'm not going to be shouting anything, because I don't want to sort of reiterate you've made a mistake, but hey, listen, I'm here for you. And again, if they have made a mistake in the game and they give you that, if they don't look at you, okay, don't shout for the attention, okay, yeah, because obviously, you know, you look at professional, obviously I know professional goalkeepers is a different kettle of fish, guys, but when a professional goalkeeper makes a mistake, you're just like ice cold, you know what I mean, as I say, because they're dealing with it themselves mentally, and you've got to give your child, obviously, that room to obviously deal with it with themselves. And that's why all the mindset that I teach within the free community is vital to parents of goalkeepers and goalkeepers as well. So again, I'm going to say it again, try not to shout every time they make a mistake, because that's what 99.9% of parents do. They shout when the child makes a mistake in goal, but then you're just reiterating to your child you've made a mistake. So every time they hear your voice, they're going to go, oh, I've made a mistake. Hope that's sunk in with you guys, okay? Yeah, hope that helps Kevin as well. But like I say, you know, just let your child know, hey, listen, from now moving forward, I'm not going to be shouting as much. It's not because I don't love you, it's not because I don't want you to do the best, but look, you know, you just deal with it yourself, you know, deal with it yourself. And hey, listen, look, if you need any encouragement, just give me a little look, just give them the thumbs up, because they're going, okay, yeah, me dad or me mum, they're there for me. Hope that makes sense, Kevin. Hope that makes sense, guys. So get your child into a routine before the game, but it starts the night before. Try and do everything similar. Again, if there's no one else warming your child up properly, as a father or mother, yeah, you do it, okay, but you've got to make sure it's the right. Just because you think it's right doesn't mean it's right. To get advice from someone who knows how to warm a goalkeeper up correctly. Again, we've done loads of videos on that on our YouTube channel. And yeah, as I say, try not to shout, especially when your child makes a mistake, for the reasons I've said. Again, have a word with your child and say, hey, listen, look, I'm there for you. Just if you ever need me, just have a little look, glance up, and thumb up, head up, thumb up. Hope that helps, guys. Remember, subscribe to the channel. Please press the like button, because it really helps the channel grow, and it obviously helps me to get my advice to other goalkeepers and mums and dads who obviously need this help and goalkeeping advice. Hope that helps, guys. And remember, comment below as well, by the way. Okay, whatever this is on YouTube or whatever, if you can comment below, you know, please give me, you know, what do you do as a parent to help your child in a similar situation? Hope that helps, guys. All the best.